What's up, guys? It's been way too long. I'm Dave, and this is Ludi Antiqui. Today I'm going to be talking about Degeneration, a great little action-adventure game that came out for both the PC and for the Amiga. But since I'm more of a PC guy, I'm going to be focusing exclusively on that version. So without further ado, Degeneration for the PC, IBM, and compatibles. Degeneration is an isometric action-adventure game developed by Robert Cook and published in 1991 by Mindscape Incorporated. It was initially released for DOS, but later ported to the Amiga, Atari ST, and Windows. In Degeneration, you are an international courier based in Paris, who receives a desperate call to deliver a package to GNOC Biolabs in Singapore. After flying halfway across the world, you land your jetpack on the 80th floor setback of the GNOC building. Finding no one to greet you, you walk into the building, the door locking shut behind you, and find yourself confronted with trouble. The highly lethal security system is activated, and the receptionist is cowering behind her desk. Powering down the room's security and rescuing the receptionist, you learn that Dr. Derrida, the package's intended recipient, is on the top floor of the building, and that trying to reach him would be suicide. However, filled with a bizarre sense of purpose, you decide to push on to find Derrida, and to rescue anyone else that you come across. Degeneration is presented from an isometric perspective, with everything shifted at a 45-degree angle, and is meant to be played with either a joystick or a numeric pad. Various graphics modes are available. The game was designed with 256 colors in mind, and shows off its early 90s vintage with interesting color combinations and a very neon palette. The graphics themselves are simple but functional, with many objects such as the walls and floors just various shades of a solid color. The sound effects are, likewise, simple but effective, and catchy intro and outro music bookends the gaming experience. Throughout Degeneration, you will encounter a variety of hazards and challenges that will need to be overcome in order to reach your goal, including grenade shooting tracker turrets, plasma barriers, and electrified plates. The most dangerous hazard you will encounter, though, are the neogens, genetically engineered bioweapons that have spread throughout the building using the ventilation system. The first kind of neogen you will confront is the A generation, a bouncing red ball that smothers its target and then explodes, perfect for those messy battlefield cleanups. Next you'll run into the B generation, a bouncing blue cylinder that has a top speed of 70 km an hour and can practically make itself invisible. It even compacts its targets for easy disposal. The last common neogen that you will encounter is the C generation, a terrifying, laser-resistant assassin that can disguise itself as anything, animate or inanimate, waiting for its victim to get close. As the target approaches, the C generation assumes its true demonic-looking form, and rushes forward for a decapitation kill before once again hiding in plain sight. The eponymous D generation is the final neogen that you will face. Highly intelligent, nearly indestructible, and able to exist in virtual reality, the Degeneration is the cause of all the trouble at the GNOC headquarters and threatens the entire world. Luckily, you aren't entirely helpless. At its core, Degeneration is an environmental puzzler mixed with a shooter, and early on in the game you will find a laser with infinite ammo that is used to tackle both gameplay aspects, often at the same time. In each room you will generally encounter multiple environmental hazards, doors that must be opened using various switches, the aforementioned enemies that must be cleared out, and, occasionally, survivors that you can rescue. Often you will have to figure out a way to avoid the hazards in order to reach the switches that toggle doors. Other times you'll have to find the right angle to bounce your laser off of walls to hit a switch. And occasionally you'll find a door closed by a password-protected computer. You will also find various items to help you on your way, including grenades, which can be used to destroy more powerful enemies, a clock, which stops time for everything and everyone but you, and a shield, which can temporarily protect you from attacks, as well as unwanted pregnancy. There is also a bomb which can be used to kill enemies, and yourself, but which is also capable of destroying doors, allowing you to bypass any puzzle that has been giving you trouble, and practically skips some levels altogether. This isn't the only non-linear aspect of degeneration. Survivors are willing to talk to you for only so long before they end the conversation, and some dialogue choices you make will exclude others, so it's impossible to see everything in one go. There are even multiple endings depending on how quickly you finish the game. All of this variety comes together to make a very entertaining experience, which I highly recommend. Unfortunately, Degeneration is not currently available digitally, but it can generally be purchased on eBay for a fairly reasonable price. Check it out. If you've enjoyed this episode, watch some of my other gaming videos, and don't forget to subscribe.